Alex John Jones at the White House.
Yeah. I like to fight Alex Pereira at the White House. Yeah, I feel like he's incredibly respectful. I feel like he's a household name.
Things are going great. The White House. Dana White said, you and John Jones, that's a real deal. I'm going home. I'm going to get the head down. I'm going to rest. They're testing me. I'm in the pool. I says, you know, man, I thought that's what the pools are for, jumping in and out. But I'm back in the pool. So get ready and stay ready because damage will be done. Oval Office, White House guy.
And the thing is, if Donald Trump wants it, if the President of the United States wants it, and as Eric says in that video, and Conor McGregor's already saying that fight's set in stone, Michael Chandler's been kind of saying it as well.
It ain't a negotiation. Wow. It's a done deal, signed, delivered. McGregor will compete in the White House.
Conor McGregor's potential return to the octagon at the White House card has sent shockwaves through the MMA world. And the buzz isn't just hype. It's layered with strategy, timing, and genuine intrigue. Fans have been speculating endlessly about who he might face next, from Michael Chandler to Jorge Masvidal to even Islam Makhachev. What makes this situation so compelling is not just the opponent, but the way McGregor approaches fights, with calculated aggression, meticulous study of his adversaries, and a first-round mindset that can turn any contest into a sudden, explosive spectacle.
Conor's not coming back, bro. Conor's done. I saw Conor hit somebody the other day again. He be hitting random people now, man.
But isn't that indicative of him wanting to come back? He wanted to get back in there.
Sucker punching people.
With all that money, he's just hitting people. You know he got too much money because you know he's getting sued. He like Oprah, million for you, million for you. Every time he feel like he want to hit somebody.
You don't think there's a chance for Conor to come back?
I think Michael Chandler getting beat on by Charles Oliveira the way he did makes it more likely that he would come back to fight Chandler. He can only fight the right guy though. A guy that is really good and willing to stand and trade with him. Then he might be able to get in there and fight.
As Joe Rogan frequently points out, McGregor isn't a slow starter. He's ready to strike from bell to bell, studying patterns, movement, and tendencies to exploit weaknesses immediately. It's this razor-sharp mental preparation combined with his infamous timing and power that makes any potential matchup against a top-tier opponent like Masvidal or Makhachev a legitimate global event rather than just another card filler.
Do you think he's going to come back, Conor?
If I had a bet, no.
Yeah. Why?
Because he hasn't come back yet. You know, if he really wanted to, he would have been back in the gym, had a fight scheduled, drug tested, clean, training, gone through a camp, had a fight. Like, he had a broken toe before the first fight with Chandler. I understand that. Okay. Why should you fight on a broken toe, especially a guy who moves a lot like Conor? Yeah, I get it. So heal that toe up. What's that? That's 2 months. And also partying, constant partying, scooting around on yachts and, you know, driving around a Lamborghini. He's wealthy.
He's done.
Maybe.
The physical and mental toll McGregor has endured over his career is another critical element in understanding his strategy.
Okay, if we talk about Conor, last couple of years he's not hungry. And now what happened with his legs, like never ever. Never people come back and never gonna be people on the same crime twice. Crime come only one time. You're gonna be on time. After that, you're gonna go down.
Rogan, Bisping, and analysts alike repeatedly emphasize the extreme sacrifices Conor has made, particularly with brutal weight cuts to 145 pounds, the repetitive punishment at elite levels, and the injuries that forced him to take time away from the sport. Every fight at that weight class left his body on the edge, testing not just endurance, but raw survival. This explains why McGregor operates with such urgency. He's deeply aware of the limits of human physiology, and every round matters. It's not just about winning, it's about controlling damage, striking decisively, and using intelligence over just brute force.
Oh my God, he looked like death. That was the real weigh-ins. That wasn't the weigh-ins where guys were a ceremonial weigh-in, where they weighed in at 10 o'clock in the morning. Like, look at him at weigh-in. And that motherfucker looks like he's on death's door. Yeah. And all that flexing and craziness, like your body is like, you could cramp up real bad at that point in time. Hey, look at the difference. I mean, it's extraordinary. I mean, he's gaining a solid 20 plus pounds of water. Just the amount of mental strength it took to get down to that 145. It was crazy. But at 145, he's so big. That's the thing. It's like that there's a giant benefit to it, but man, the cost on your kidneys and your organs.
His camp now integrates that experience, ensuring that no matter who steps into the cage with him, Conor's first round threat remains as lethal as ever, while his body is better preserved for the long-term fight plan. Beyond strategy and physical preparation, there's a psychological angle to McGregor's comeback that fuels fan fascination. Mauricio Ruffy emphasized that Conor is a fighter who must must be met head on. He isn't one to be waited out or outlasted. Instead, precision timing, striking dominance, and the ability to force the pace define how opponents must approach him. Ruffy's own experience battling adversity in fight conditions, including injuries and illness on fight day, lends credibility to his perspective. If he can perform at his peak under extreme duress, facing someone like McGregor with his explosive first-round capacity now suddenly seems not just plausible, but a calculated risk that can pay off massively if prepared correctly. This combination of mental toughness and disciplined preparation underlines why McGregor's name alone generates such anticipation for any card he touches. Jorge Masvidal's potential involvement introduces a different layer of complexity, merging stylistic intrigue with political and marketing considerations. Michael Bisping broke it down clearly. Masvidal brings unparalleled star power, memorable knockout history, and high-pressure experience, all while being perfectly aligned for the spectacle a White House card demands. Masvidal isn't just a strategic matchup, he's a marketable entity who checks all boxes for the UFC and casual audiences alike. His history, persona, and ability to perform under media scrutiny make him one of the few names capable of delivering a fight that matches McGregor's scale and global hype. Combine that with Masvidal's previous support for Donald Trump and good relations with influential figures, and suddenly this matchup becomes more than a sporting event. It's a meticulously packaged entertainment spectacle with political and promotional layers built in. Meanwhile, Dana White maintains a measured stance, reminding everyone that nothing is official. While McGregor is preparing rigorously, no contracts have been signed, and the card is not finalized. The UFC is focusing first on logistics, timing, and securing fighters who can be confirmed without last-minute complications. White's approach highlights the complexity of organizing such a high-profile event. Star power alone doesn't guarantee placement. McGregor's potential return depends entirely on alignment between the athlete's readiness, UFC approval, and the card structure, a delicate balance that adds tension and excitement to every update. The speculations surrounding Chandler, Masvidal, and Makhachev may dominate headlines, but until details are locked in, every scenario remains a high-stakes gamble in both sport and storytelling. Conor McGregor is back in the headlines, and the MMA world is buzzing with speculation. Could we really see him fight at the White House? From Jorge Masvidal to Islam Makhachev, every potential opponent adds a new layer of intrigue. But here's the thing, McGregor isn't just waiting for a name to be announced. He's already deep in the gym, sharpening his timing, his strikes, and his legendary first-round explosiveness. Every detail matters, because in a fight like this, one mistake can decide everything. Joe Rogan has highlighted it time and again. Conor's first-round threat is real. He doesn't need a warm-up. He studies opponents meticulously, anticipates their movements, and strikes with deadly precision. But it's not just about speed and power. Conor knows the toll of brutal weight cuts and elite-level fights. His strategy now combines raw explosiveness with experience, conserving energy and minimizing damage while maintaining that killer instinct. Names like Jorge Masvidal and Islam Makhachev have dominated the conversation. Masvidal brings star power, knockout history, and the high-pressure experience needed for a fight of this magnitude. Meanwhile, Makhachev presents a tactical challenge, with his precision and grappling skills pushing Conor to adapt. Whoever steps in the octagon will face a fighter who's mentally prepared, strategically sharp, and ready to put on a global spectacle. Of course, nothing is official yet. Dana White has stressed that no contracts are signed, and the White House card isn't finalized. The UFC is focused on logistics, timing, and ensuring all fighters are confirmed. McGregor's preparation isn't a guarantee, it's a signal. A fighter of his caliber doesn't train casually. He's preparing for the moment when everything finally aligns, ready to dominate whoever stands in his way. Finally, McGregor's personal commitment to the White House card is unmistakable. Regardless of official announcements, he is already deep in training, sparring with intensity, and honing the precision that has defined his career. Interviews with Joe Rogan, Mauricio Ruffy, and Michael Chandler paint a picture of a fighter who is not waiting for opportunities to fall into place, but actively preparing to seize them. Conor's mental focus, combined with decades of elite experience and strategic instinct, ensures that when the UFC makes the official call, he will be more than ready. For fans, analysts, and fellow fighters alike, this isn't merely speculation. It's the prelude to one of the most fascinating and unpredictable chapters in modern MMA history. Until the contracts are signed, the card remains unconfirmed, but the hype, the stakes, and the narrative momentum surrounding McGregor's next fight are already unstoppable. So who will it be? Masvidal Makhachev, or someone else entirely? One thing is clear, Conor McGregor isn't just coming back to fight, he's coming to make a statement. Drop your predictions in the comments and tell us who you think will face Conor at the White House. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay on top of all the latest MMA news and fight analysis.